Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our another edition of our Heal, Teach, and Inspire educational and inspirational series. We're here again with Master Herbalist Ron Norwood. Say hi, Ron.
Hi, good morning.
And today we're going to actually be talking about gum health, periodontal health. And it's really so critically important. It's the fiber of our, and Ron's going to go into this a little bit more, but it's the fiber of our overall health, is our periodontal health and our gut health, and how they relate to each other. So in our last series, we actually talked about oil pulling, and how oil pulling is so powerful in actually pulling out a lot of those toxins and pulling a lot of those bacteria out of our system. So Ron, can you just talk about a little bit about the bacteria and the load in the oral cavity?
Oh, yeah. I always like to start these kind of conversations out with an analogy.
Okay.
Anyone who has ever used a sewing needle, they know how small that the head of that sewing needle is. What a lot of people don't realize is that on the head of that sewing needle, you can fit 1 million bacteria.
Oh, wow.
Now, all bacteria is not bad, but think about that. That small space holding 1 million bacteria.
Wow.
There are more bacteria in your mouth than there are people on the planet.
Wow.
And that's a perfect way of looking at it. So there's a lot of approaches to good oral health. Oil pulling is one of them. It gets in between the inner dental, but also brushing. Brushing the gums, removing stagnated bacteria is extremely important. And there's a variety of ways in which you can do that. And there's a lot of great benefits to brushing the gum.
So can I just jump in there
Please,
for a minute?
jump.
When we talk about brushing the gum, it's not really the gum down here part of the gum. It's actually what we call the pocket or the sulcus. And that's the little space between the tooth and the gum. And that's what really, really harbors the negative bacteria. So when we're brushing our teeth, a lot of people just kind of do like this really quickly and spit it out and they go on. So they're using brushing for breath control, so to say. But what we really want to emphasize is that brushing does a lot of things. Like you just said a little bit earlier to us privately, it can actually be a stress relief.
Yeah. I have a ritual when I brush. I do the gums, I do the side, I do up here, and when I go up here, I don't know whether it's because it's in close proximity to the central nervous system, but it's very, very relaxing. It's a great way to start out the day. It's a great way to end the day. And then I do the inside of the mouth. Because the bacterial buildup there is always evident, and you see that a lot of times when you mouthwash with apple cider vinegar. The stuff that you spit out. People really need to understand that the crux of good periodontal oral health is the removal of bacteria.
It's the removal of bacteria.
There really needs to be stress.
We can't stress that enough.
No.
But I'm really curious, what is the formula that we use for the apple cider vinegar? Because, it tends to be a little acidic. So we don't want it to be too strong because people will actually start interfering with their enamel.
That's correct. I usually suggest a teaspoon in 8 ounces of water.
Okay.
All right. And as I make a ritual out of it. I mean, sometimes I'll sit down, I'll take a gulp of it, and I'll lean to the left and work it into the gum. Now, what's fascinating, especially when I tell clients about this, after you do that for a couple of minutes, you lean and you spit it out, what comes off of your gum is scary. It's
Same
scary.
with oil pulling, right?
Oh, it's scary. Then after I, release that, then I'll take another gulp and I'll lean to the right. And really, really, I mean, really work it in real good, and then spit that out, and then we have some more. Now, what's important to remember is when you talk to people about using a mouthwash, people just think of gargling. Okay, nothing wrong with gargling at all, but the gargling doesn't necessarily remove all of that bacterial
That's between the teeth.
that's between the teeth and on the gums.